welcome to Asian Pulse Television. I'm your host, Brianna Prasad, and thank you for tuning in to your informative educational network. We're broadcasting from the unceded territory of Semiahmoo, Katzie, Qualiton, and Musqueam Nation. We're grateful for the first people of this land for sharing their beautiful space with the rest of us. I'll be right back after these words from our sponsors. Thank you, sponsors. If you'd like to be our sponsor and provide sponsorship in any segment of the show, get in touch with Camilla by calling the number 604-537-5123.
क्या आप अपना ड्रीम होम खरीदना चाहते हो या अपने घर से पैसे निकालकर अपने किचन या अपने घर को रेनोवेट करना चाहते हो लेकिन बैंक्स ने आपको मना कर दिया है? मैं एक इंडिपेंडेंट मॉर्गेज ब्रोकर हूं जो कई बैंक्स और क्रेडिट यूनियंस और प्राइवेट लेंडर्स के साथ काम करता हूं।
For more information, please call Vic Prasad at 604-306-6647. Vic Prasad is one of the top brokers of Invis Craft Mortgages and is also a member of the Canadian Mortgage Brokers Association of BC.
For any kind of visa-related services, contact Milky Way Immigration, a galaxy of opportunities located at Unit 209-9547 152 Street, Surrey, BC. They have licensed immigration consultants, placement officers, and LMIA experts to meet your immigration and recruitment needs. Book one-time free consultation either on Facebook or by calling 604-396-0005.
Hello and welcome to Asian Pulse. I have a very special guest in our studio today. Took me a long time to get this special person. As you all can see, she is always busy. And it's her worship, Mayor of Surrey, Brenda Locke. She was first elected on October 15th, 2022. It's been 2 years now. She is at the mayor's chair. And as we all know, a lot has happened in Surrey. So we're going to be talking about that. So welcome, Mayor, on our set. So thank you so much for finding the time to be able and talk to our audience.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm happy to be here at Asian Pulse, and it's great to be sitting down and chatting with you today.
Thank you so much. I was going to say, in a nutshell, I know you first got elected in 2022. First, how was the first 2 years for you have been?
Well, as you know, I was a city councillor before I was elected mayor. That transition was good, but I got to tell you, it's completely different to be the mayor than to be a councillor. It's been wonderful. It's been, I think, positive for the most part, and it's been certainly challenging.
Yeah. So, within the last 2 years that you are at the mayor's desk, what are some of the highlights?
Oh, you know, for me,
I know you have a lot of challenges as well.
oh, there is the odd challenge. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that brings me the most joy, the most positive, is just being out at events with members of the community, just doing random walk through parks and talking to people that are using our parks and our recreational facilities and getting their feedback.
Yeah.
Getting their feedback on what they want to see for their city, because at the end of the day, this isn't my city, this isn't council city, this is everybody's city. And so for us, it's important that we hear from the community at large, and not just the people that think their voice should be heard above all others. It's to talk to the ordinary residents, ordinary like me, that just want to see different things in our city or are concerned about things in our city. And there's lots to be concerned about.
Yes.
I mean, we're seeing growth in Surrey and all over Metro Vancouver, but particularly in Surrey, that we've never seen before. And, you know, it's disengaging in lots of ways, because we're not seeing from other orders of government, we're not seeing the infrastructure we need to support it.
Yeah.
So that's a big issue.
And as you all know, Surrey is the fastest growing municipality in Canada, not just in British Columbia. And there is a population over 600,000. And if you want to see diversity, Surrey has that.
Yeah.
Because everybody is moving in here. It's sort of affordable But even now, I don't see Surrey being affordable.
Yeah.
Because nobody is building the houses. Over 600 or 700,000 people, we still have one hospital to serve.
And therein lies the big issue. That is the issue of infrastructure that we need to talk about. And the province has to recognize those are provincial responsibilities to ensure that populations have health care, that have education, public transportation, social infrastructure. Those kind of issues are not being dealt with. And I dare say not just Surrey, the South Fraser generally.
Yeah.
We are not getting our fair share of infrastructure dollars. And you're right. You know, I check almost every day the emergency wait time.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and it's frightening.
Yeah.
And, you know, you start to look at, last night, it was 8 hours.
Yeah.
8 hours.
Yeah.
That is not fair. That's
Yeah.
not fair to our residents,
Yeah.
to Surrey residents. I'm going to tell you, my mom recently, my mom has since passed, but
Yeah.
my mom fell. It took over 3 hours
Yeah.
for an ambulance to come for her.
Oh, gosh.
95 years old, laying on the ground, and 3 hours she waited. That is unacceptable at anybody's level.
Yeah.
So, you know, there has to be more focus, more attention, and they can talk all day long about the new hospital in Cloverdale. It doesn't have an ER. The pressure point at Surrey is certainly on the ER. It's to do with those things that are the most challenging to healthcare, which is trauma, heart, and stroke.
Yeah.
And we are only just now, because we've been talking a lot, and good people like you and others have been saying we need to put more focus on what's happening at our hospital.
The sad reality is when I'm thinking it, and I pay attention, and there are so many MLAs from Surrey sitting in Victoria, and they are ministers. It's not just anybody. They are ministers, but they don't advocate for the growth of Surrey or the growing Surrey that we see every day. It's a sad reality that our own people are not advocating. So to put more money in there for the hospitals, for the schools, for the roads, for transportation, nothing. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, you know, it was interesting, the first maybe 6 months to a year of my term, I got regular visits by local MLAs. They don't come around so much anymore. I'm not sure if it's me or what, but they haven't been visiting as much. I think you're very accurate when you point that out. I am not seeing them saying we don't just need the hospital that they're building in Cloverdale.
Yeah.
We need the second tower commitment, dollar commitment
Yeah.
for the second tower at Surrey Memorial. That is crucial to healthcare, and we likely need another hospital. But I can tell you one other thing that I think is important. Provincial Health Authority funds a number of healthcare.
Yeah.
BC Women's, BC Children's,
Yes.
and GF Strong.
Yeah.
Those have to start to move into Surrey.
Yeah.
We need Children's Hospital to
Yeah.
be here in the South Fraser. That's where the kids are.
Yeah.
That's where the babies are.
Yeah.
That's where the babies are being born. They're being born here in our city. They're not being born on Oak Street in
No.
Vancouver, in Shaughnessy,
Yeah.
in a very expensive
City.
area of the city.
Yeah.
They need to have those facilities, the provincial health facilities need to be relocated or additional ones built for the South Fraser. And I think that's crucial. I know I've talked to other South Fraser mayors that are feeling exactly the same. We are where the growth is.
Yeah.
We know all of the planning, if you talk with Metro Vancouver, all of the planning for growth is here. And obviously, we're the only area that has the land.
Yeah, that's right. When we compare Surrey with Vancouver, almost the same population. They have 4 hospitals, and you wouldn't be surprised. Maybe if they are thinking of moving St. Paul's they're going to be faster because that's where they're going to throw the dollars to build the St. Paul's to another location because they said the other ones is getting too old or the building is getting rotten. Mm-hmm. With the population of size of Vancouver, they have 4 hospitals, not counting the women's hospital and other children's hospital. Yeah, but why they don't pay the same attention to Surrey? I have no idea. And
I think it's something that maybe we need to stick up.
Is it more like a political thing that just don't want to support Surrey? What is it?
I hope that's not the case. I don't know why there isn't more focus on the South Fraser. They will tell you they are doing a lot of focusing on the South Fraser, but we all know who live here. We know that's not truthful. We know that we're lacking on infrastructure. And then the Minister of Housing is saying to local government, taking away our ability to manage our cities by imposing Bill 44, 46, and 47, is saying, cities, you need to build more housing, build. And I say to Minister Calwan and the Premier, you build. You build infrastructure, you build schools, you build hospitals, you build public transportation. Because that's what we need to see happening in our area. We're doing yeoman's work. Surrey is already doing incredible work building housing. It is something, and at the beginning you talked about affordability. Affordability is something that we skip over far too often. The only place we're going to get affordable housing is when government, the provincial government and the federal government, put real dollars into that housing, because you're right. You're looking at condos and townhouses that are breaking $1 million. Young people can't do it. It's frightening for them.
And the international students, I don't want to bring international students, but this is the only place that it's affordable. So maybe most of them are in Surrey. And these international students are doing the job that you, me, or none of us want to do. They are doing the dirty job. And if they don't do the job, all these small restaurants, all these small places, they'll be shut down because they don't have no labor force, right?
Yes.
When you bring students in here, should you not be thinking about where you need a roof over their head? That's the first thing. They are not thinking, it's federal government, provincial. When you talk to provincial government, they say immigration is federal issue. Talk to them. But they get the transfer payment from the feds, but they don't put no money out on the ground.
So, and one of the other areas is the provincial government has the ability to control what schools look like. So what, we're not talking about SFU and Kwantlen and UBC that is soon coming. We're talking about schools that are not accredited necessarily schools. We're talking about schools that are private for profit. And they are the ones that need to have more regulation. That is provincial. That the provincial government has the ability to control. Like you, I don't want to point a finger at the students themselves.
No.
But there is a huge responsibility for both the province and the federal government to take care of these people. These are often young people. They come to Canada with all these amazing dreams. Their parents, wherever they're from, and I've met students from all over the world that are here, but their parents send them there. They've sometimes sold everything, their family wealth, to get their children here. And
for a better future.
For a better future. And those kids are getting, and honestly, those kids are sometimes getting abused. There are really terrible stories out there, I'm sure you've heard. The city of Surrey is, you're right, we are the place that probably in Western Canada, I think Brampton also gets a lot. I've talked often to the mayor there. So we get the lion's share of those students here, and the city is taking that very seriously, and we're having real conversations. I talk to the students, International Students Union, a lot about how those students are doing. I can tell you there are many people in the faith community that are supporting those students too, and thank goodness for that.
For the homelessness, for providing meal for them at the gurdwaras and things like that. Because these students, they don't have no job, and even if they are working under the table, the employer doesn't take care of them, doesn't pay them. Rent is so expensive, and you are very right, these schools that pop overnight just to get the international students and take the money.
Yeah.
And they are getting wealthier and wealthier, and what a ripoff. But where is the system? Where is the law in our country? Who's taking care? Who's taking care? Because money, everybody, they want the money. That's all they want. The government, provincial, federal, and the schools, all three levels of government.
Yeah, so the federal government, I do talk, and I have talked several times with Minister responsible, the Minister of Immigration responsible for it. So they have backed off a lot on and putting more controls. Maybe not enough yet, but they are doing more controls from the federal side. But in terms of the schools, the actual schools themselves and these and the many that are out there that aren't accredited, and they're just not doing any favors to these young people.
They are not regulated.
No, it's not. No. It's so not fair. So it's my hope that the province will take it more seriously and start to look at their provincial regulation around private for-profit post-secondary schools, because they do need to put a real focus on that.
Mm-hmm. And talk about elementary school, there are kids moving in here. And it's easy for the Minister of Education to say, oh, we have given up this much money. But it's a drop in the ocean, that much money for amount of people that have moved into city. So all they are doing is put another, what do you call it?
Well, they're stacking the portables now.
The portables.
I mean, that, so they're, I like to call them the fancy portables.
Yes.
They've got the fancy portables now. They now have heat in them and air conditioning. It's totally wrong. They need to build more schools. We know in Surrey, just to keep up to where we need to be right now, we need 10 more schools today.
Yes.
That's not any focus on what's coming down the pike in terms of additional students.
Yeah.
So just to give everybody an idea, Surrey right now today has about 84,000 students in our school district. Mm-hmm. So if you compare that to Vancouver, Vancouver's about 48, and that's the next largest. You would think that the largest number of dollars should be coming to this city for schools. We need billions put into Surrey School District, and we need it now. It's fine to talk about the portables like there's some kind of a Band-Aid solution. It's not.
Yeah.
We have children that are having to go outside to portable washrooms.
Yes.
What is that? I mean, there's all kinds of concerns around that for teachers. I know, I've talked to some of them. So it's not a good situation at all, and we need to make changes. We need government to spend money here.
Yeah. I have talked to the parents of the students, and they said my child started in portable in grade 1, graduated in grade 8 in portable in Surrey.
Right.
I mean, what does that say about the city of Surrey? What does it say about the education system in here?
Yeah, and
have you ever had that, anything like that in next door in Vancouver or Burnaby or Coquitlam, anywhere else? No.
No.
It's
just here. And we are supposed to find that acceptable. And when I raise that, you're right. They come back with, oh, well, we've spent this much money.
Yeah.
Well, that's, like you say, that's a drop in the ocean. That's nothing.
Yeah.
We need serious dollars poured into our city. And we also have to look at new ways of building schools.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, densification has made the land not just expensive, but almost impossible to get for big playgrounds. So the city has said, the city has said, we're willing to look at how we can integrate our parks with your school, your school building. How can we do that? How can we work together? City's open to that.
Yeah. We talked about the past so far. Let's talk a little bit about your vision for next 2 years. Well, that will be one term, and I'm sure in 2026 you'll be running again. What is your vision for next 2 years?
I think the city of Surrey is a land of opportunity.
Yes.
We have so many positives. We have huge opportunity with Cloverdale and our lands there, and we're looking at doing entertainment area. And as you know, we'll be opening the new third rink at three arenas in Cloverdale. We're going to be building our arena and large facility, an arena and a stadium for larger events. And that's going to be something that this city should have had. It's shocking we don't have.
Yeah.
I think the Newton Community Center, that's going to be an amazing facility.
That place needs to be cleaned up too.
Yeah. So, and that was part of our Focus Newton campaign that we did right at the beginning.
Yeah.
So with Newton, with the new community center, that's a $315 million project. It's going to be massive, and I'm very excited about that. But you're right. We're seeing a lot more roads. I mean, the city is building roads. We're looking at 72nd, going right through to Fraser Highway. We are building more road infrastructure in Surrey than most of Metro Vancouver is altogether. We have over $300 million of road infrastructure ready to go and on the books to go. So we're doing a lot. The city is doing a lot. We're doing a major expansion of the community center in Wally. And it's all about building community to me. It's how do we make sure that our residents love and feel and get to participate in their parks and their green areas. How do we make sure that we protect the green areas that we have, because they're crucial, our parks and our recreation, and giving that 83,000 kids a place to go and play and be part of the city. And I think we need to look at the arts too, because the arts sometimes gets overlooked, and so that's another area that I think we're going to spend a little bit more time on.
Thank you so much, Mayor, for your time. Be able to go and come and talk to our audience. Thank you. We should get you back again. Yeah, you have so much to...
Well, it went so fast.
Yes,
It was great sitting down and having a chat. I'd love to come back.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All the very best.
Thank you.
For any kind of visa-related services, contact Milky Way Immigration, a galaxy of opportunities located at Unit 209-9547 152 Street, Surrey, BC. They have licensed immigration consultants, placement officers, and LMIA experts to meet your immigration and recruitment needs. Book one-time free consultation either on Facebook or by calling 604-396-0005.
Please have your pen and paper ready to jot down the numbers of any events happening. Willow Rugby Tournament is taking place in Delta on August 17th and 18th. There will be over 25 rugby teams from all across Canada participating at this tournament. For sponsorship or more information, please call Sela at 778-713-2418. The 13th Annual Missouri Vegan Festival is taking place on September 28th at 6 p.m. at the Macy Theater in New Westminster. For tickets and more information, please call 604-521-5050. If you're organizing any events in your community and you would like for us to promote it for you, please email us at asianpulse@gmail.com. We've run out of time now, and I hope you have enjoyed the show as much as I do enjoy bringing it to you. If you ever miss our shows, you can always tune in on Shaw Cable every Wednesday at 1:30 p.m., Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. and Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. All of our shows are broadcasted in Calgary on Channel 10 on Shaw Cable Network and also get uploaded to our YouTube channel under Camilla Singh Shows. Before I leave, I'll leave you with these thoughts. You can't control anyone's actions. Loyalty comes from the heart. It's hot out there. Keep yourself hydrated and keep an eye on people who are elderly, babies, and pets. The best way to cool down is to drink as much water as you can. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we look forward to seeing you next week at the same channel at the same time. I'm your host, Brianna. Bye for now.
क्या आप अपना ड्रीम होम खरीदना चाहते हो या अपने घर से पैसे निकालकर अपने किचन या अपने घर को रेनोवेट करना चाहते हो लेकिन बैंक्स ने आपको मना कर दिया है? मैं एक इंडिपेंडेंट मॉर्गेज ब्रोकर हूं जो कई बैंक्स और क्रेडिट यूनियंस और प्राइवेट लेंडर्स के साथ काम करता हूं।
For more information, please call Vic Prasad at 604-306-6647. Vic Prasad is one of the top brokers of Invis Craft Mortgages and is also a member of the Canadian Mortgage Brokers Association of BC.
For any kind of visa-related services, contact Milky Way Immigration, a galaxy of opportunities located at Unit 209-9547 152 Street, Surrey, BC. They have licensed immigration consultants, placement officers, and LMIA experts to meet your immigration and recruitment needs. Book one-time free consultation either on Facebook or by calling 604-396-0005.
क्या आप अपना ड्रीम होम खरीदना चाहते हो या अपने घर से पैसे निकालकर अपने किचन या अपने घर को रेनोवेट करना चाहते हो लेकिन बैंक्स ने आपको मना कर दिया है? मैं एक इंडिपेंडेंट मॉर्गेज ब्रोकर हूं जो कई बैंक्स और क्रेडिट यूनियंस और प्राइवेट लेंडर्स के साथ काम करता हूं।
For more information, please call Vic Prasad at 604-306-6647. Vic Prasad is one of the top brokers of Invis Craft Mortgages and is also a member of the Canadian Mortgage Brokers Association of BC.